Well, I think the budget, in my view, happens to be a crisis budget. A crisis budget because we've come to a point where we can no longer manage the narrative but manage the economy. And I think that the Minister for Finance and the Economic Management team have missed a great opportunity to carry the people of Ghana along in taking some of the most difficult decisions to reposition our economy and to claw back some of the resilience that we've lost as a result of the impact of COVID. That, for me, is the most important part of the weaknesses I've seen in this budget.
So they missed a great opportunity to carry the people along. It's a crisis budget. So what was most startling or apparent to you in listening to the budget? What was the most important thing you noticed listening to him?
So what I saw is a budget that was seeking to address some fundamental weaknesses in our budget that we've carried along over the years and pretended that it was all usual, and using PR to manage the narrative so that Ghanaians believed that we had a very strong, resilient, and a vibrant economy.
Okay.
And that economy, when it was struck by the first sight of headwinds, could not stand it.
Okay.
And it was quite clear that we've been building an economy that just didn't have the capacity to deal with the resilience that were required. And I'll give you examples. When the NDC left power, and here I want to say that the resilience of an economy to deal with crises such as COVID is measured by two key factors. One is the level of your financial buffers, and the second is your level of fiscal buffers, which we loosely call the fiscal space. So when you have fiscal space, it means that in the period of crisis, you can actually squeeze out the fiscal space in order to deal with the challenges and revert to normalizing the position that you were in terms of a fiscal framework and begin to engage in a structured movement in the next couple of years. The second one is that, and so here you would find that we have problems with the wage bill, which has now become the number two most significant item of expenditure. In fact, it has lost its place as the number one. Under this government, interest payment has become the number one. And now we're spending 103% of our tax revenue just to pay for interest service. What that simply means is that once you pay for your interest costs, no matter how the people of Ghana break their backs to give you money, it just isn't enough. You must go to borrow. And you'll notice that we run a primary balance deficit of about 8.3 billion Ghana cedis. It means that we still have to borrow to pay for part of the interest cost. So that means that you don't have fiscal space in the budget. So when disaster struck, your economy is already gone. So you can't accommodate any additional expenditures, and you can't accommodate any additional pressures.